Hello students, thank you so much for your support through the comments and giving your opinion about the very nice question yesterday discussed by all of you, and nicely you all gave the answer. I desperately waiting for your comments. Thanks to everyone who reply. It is motivate me to do something better for you. So keep commenting and prepare homework in your book. It's important that when the school reopens, I would like to check your fair book with all the homework. So please try your level best to complete things on time. And those who are watching my video right now, please go to other previous two videos. If you not watch that two videos, it will be a bit difficult for you to understand about this one. Okay, now let us start with our today's journey. In our last lecture yesterday, we talked about the subsidiary alliance system. Okay, we discussed that General Wellesley, who came after John Shore, applied subsidiary alliance system. Okay, so in that case, we will discuss the main point of subsidiary alliance system. Subsidiary alliance system indicate situation which can be known as sweet poison. It's a very cunning and very tricky way how Britishers would like to control the situation in their favor, and those who accept subsidiary alliance system, what they require to do, that we discuss here. The terms and condition of subsidiary alliance system. Those who accept this system, those who be the part of this system, what they have to do, what they can do and what they cannot do, that we have to discuss. Students, this question is one of the most important question of this chapter, and my experience says that number of time it was asked in previous exams. So please kindly be very attentive. The first condition of this system is the army trained by East India Company government will be provided to the state that accept the system. Like for example, if here Nizam is mentioned, if Nizam accept the system, then Nizam's army trained by East India Company. Okay, and the soldiers of Nizam trained by East India Company. Now second, in return, since because this East India Company trained the army of Nizam, I am just giving an example. Okay, so if the army of Nizam trained by East India Company, then in that situation, in return, the state, I mean to say Nizam, who accept the system, will provide the army or give away province, land with equivalent income to the British. Now please try to understand properly. East India Company will give the training to all these who accept the system, and in return of that training, in return of that particular situation, the state required to provide the amount to army, and if cannot pay amount, then equivalent of province. Province means land. So what this state has to do, either pay the amount, because East India Company provide the training, so pay the amount in terms of British East India Company get the income, or if you are not able to provide the money, then you have to provide province. Province means land. Imagine, if land is given, then what available with these particular states, because they provide land. So after some times what happens? Every area of this all state will be in the hand of East India Company. So initially these particular people feel so nice. They are very happy that, oh wow, our army get trained by East India Company, so nice. But in return they lost. They have to provide from the income of the state. Like for example, Nizam earn say 1 crore rupees with the help of tax from farmers. Then from that 1 crore rupees, Nizam required to pay to East India Company. And if Nizam failed to pay, then that much amounts land required to be given to East India Company. The third important point is, without permission of company, the state will not wage war. Wage war means what? Cannot declare war or sign any treaty on any contract with other state. Like for example, here we have two states, Mysore state and Awadh state. Okay, since because they accept the system, they cannot able to go for sign on any contract with any other state, or they cannot announce war in anybody else. For example, if we have a particular state whose name is X, okay, now whether X accept the system or whether the X not accept the system, these particular state or rulers cannot announce war against X without company's permission. Means, for example, if Nizam wants to fight with X, then Nizam first go and talk to East India Company. If East India Company say yes, go ahead, then only they can war. Otherwise, no. Second thing is what? If Nizam and X want to go for some understanding, treaty, some contract, then without company's permission, they can't do this. Fourth point. There will be one English representative in the state assembly. In the state assembly of all these rulers, one member compulsory from East India Company, so that they can come to know what is going on, what they are discussing, where they are going, whether they plan for any secret attack or not. So in all of these people's assembly, okay, one representative, English representative is compulsory. Another important thing, other foreigners not to be employed in the state. Nizam, okay, then ruler of Mysore, Awadh, Gaekwad, they cannot recruit, they cannot keep, or they cannot give a job to any other foreigners, only East India Company. Suppose here if they want for Portuguese, they want French people, no, not allowed. They cannot give any work, or they cannot recruit, they cannot give employment to anybody other than East India Company. So these are the important points. And who accepted the subsidiary alliance system? Who accepted system? Their state or their rulers, and their names are Nizam, Mysore, Awadh, Gaekwad, okay, Scindia, Bhosle and Holkar. They are those rulers and they are those states, okay, who accept subsidiary alliance system. Okay, now how to remember all this? How to remember all this? Okay, I prepare one memory code. I want to show you. The memory code is MS Bhang. Okay, means Bhang. Okay, Bhang. MS Bhang. Where M stands for Mysore, S stands for Scindia, B stands for Bhosle, H stands for Holkar, A stands for Awadh, N stands for Nizam, and G stands for Gaekwad. So MS Bhang is the memory code of the state, okay, who accept the system of subsidiary alliance. Okay, we very fast track go for revision of subsidiary alliance. Okay, the first point is what? The army trained by East India Company and will provide to the state that accept the system. Here remember, two things mentioned in one point. First of all, training will be provided by East India Company. And if the war announced, okay, against Nizam, against Mysore, against Awadh, against all of them, if somebody attack, like X attack on all these, then what happen? If X attack on all these, then along with them, who stands? East India Company. Okay, so I repeat, the army trained by East India Company government, and this army will provide to all the state who accepted the subsidiary alliance system. Okay, so they as a army, they are very strong. How they were strong? Because they have their own soldiers, plus they have a soldiers provided by East India Company. Next, since because East India Company providing their soldiers to these people have to give in return what? Whatever the income, out of that income they have to give the amount to British. And suppose if they fail to give the amount, then they have to give the province. Province means land. So here what happened? If anything happened, Britishers will be face profit only. Either income increase or province increase. Province means land. Third, without permission of company, you can't attack on anybody and you can't sign the treaty. Fourth, there will be English representative in every state assembly. In all these people's state assembly, one English representative is compulsory. Other foreigners are not be employed in state. You can't recruit any foreigners, okay, without company's permission. So these are the main points. Please remember them. And for this, I already go for memory code MS Bhang. Okay, MS and Bhang. I hope you remember that memory code. You can revise it. It will be easy. As you can see the picture, here we have a Wellesley who would like to control, okay, and capture by this way all these people. Okay, I would like to show you the photograph, okay, in the context of Lord Wellesley. Here we have Lord Wellesley, okay, who applied subsidiary alliance system. Okay, now next, the system was like a sweet poison. As I say, this word please mark them. Those who have a textbook, please mark. It's a sweet poison. Now why it is called sweet poison? By implementing this system, Wellesley annex means capture, trap, obtain, received many provinces and expanded the rules of East India Company. Imagine these all people's land very slowly captured by Wellesley. Governor General Wellesley asked Tipu Sultan to accept the subsidiary alliance system. Now see the way how Britishers behave with us. Wellesley asked Tipu Sultan that Tipu Sultan please accept subsidiary alliance system. Now Tipu Sultan said, but why? I don't require any army training and army help from East India Company. Tipu Sultan straight away said, no, I don't want subsidiary alliance system. I don't want anybody who help me. No common sense, Wellesley feels so bad. So for declining the subsidiary, declining the alliance system, the company with support of Nizam attacked Mysore in 1799. Okay. Now here what happened? See, because Tipu Sultan refused to accept the subsidiary alliance system, Wellesley feels so bad. So Wellesley decided that now go and attack on Mysore, where Tipu Sultan is ruling. Okay. So Wellesley decided that attack on Mysore. Now common sense, if you attack on Mysore, okay, then those who already accepted the system, that is Nizam. So now what happened? Who attack on Mysore? East India Company plus Nizam. They combinedly attacked Mysore in 1799. Okay, and during this fourth Mysore war, Tipu Sultan lost his life while fighting against the British. So imagine those who say no, they attack. Okay. After Wellesley, Hastings came to India as Governor General, and he waged a war, announced the war with Nepal, and made the Gurkha of Nepal to join the army. So again army increased, the number of soldiers increased, number of skillful soldiers increased. Hastings fought a battle with the Pindharas and took the control over them. Now Pindharas means, these are the Pindharas. Okay, in many movies you observe that they are attacking with this kind of weapon. Okay, and with third Maratha war, the supremacy of company was established. Okay, so here supremacy of company, the power of company established. Okay, now I want very important correction over here, that some students mix up things. After Wellesley, who became the India's Governor General? That is Hastings. Now this Hastings is different. Okay, the Hastings what we discussed in our previous topic, okay, that is Warren Hastings, this fellow. Okay, this person Warren Hastings is completely different. This Warren Hastings is completely different compared to what is mentioned over here. This Hastings, this is Lord Hastings, and that one was Warren Hastings. How both are different, I would like to make your pay attention. There are two different people. Warren Hastings become first Governor General of Bengal in 1772 to 1785, and Lord Hastings become Governor General of British India in 1813. Okay, so this is the point which I want you to remember. Both are different Hastings. Okay, after Wellesley, this Hastings became India's Governor General, and he fight with Nepal and make Gurkha to join the army, and then he fought with Pindaras, okay, and took the control over them with the help of Third Maratha War, and then Hastings established supremacy of the company was established. Okay, supremacy established by him. Okay, now we will keep up this today. Students who can you can comment me. Okay, my today's challenging question for you. My challenging question for you is: if you are the ruler of any state, will you accept subsidiary alliance system? If you say yes, then you have to comment me why you say yes, and if you say no, you have to tell me why you say no. Okay, you can able to prove it on both the side. I am highly and I am eagerly waiting for your comments. Okay, our tomorrow's lecture is based on annexation, and our tomorrow's lecture will be a little bit lengthy because I want to go for add some points in my lecture. Till then, keep studying and please take care of yourself. Thank you so much.